a thrill for yourself. Shop your local Nissan store and nissanusa.com today.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
Naomi Osaka is playing like a Grand Slam tennis champion again. Osaka, the number 23 seed at the U.S. Open, eliminated Coco Gauff, the number 3 seed. Osaka needed only 64 minutes to beat Gauff, 6-3 and 6-2. Gauff had 33 unforced errors. Osaka, a 4-time Grand Slam champion, is in the quarterfinals of a Grand Slam event for the first time in 4.5 years. She faces Karolina Muchova of Czechia on Wednesday. Venus Williams advanced to the quarterfinals of the doubles competition at the U.S. Open. The 45-year-old Venus and Leylah Fernandez beat Ekaterina Alexandrova and Zhang Shuai 6-3 and 6-4. Venus and the 22-year-old Fernandez had never played together before this year's U.S. Open. They will play in the quarterfinals today against Taylor Townsend and Katerina Siniakova. You can catch today's doubles match live on ESPN at 1 p.m. Pacific time. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson. More news, opinions, and conversation when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
Are you ready to be a part of the conversation that will help shape our nation's future? Get ready to join us for the Left Coast Forum, Saturday, October 25th at LA Trade Tech, where progressive voices will come together to tackle the issues that matter most to working families across Los Angeles and beyond. From economic justice to climate action, from healthcare to housing, we're bringing together the brightest minds and most passionate advocates for real solutions and real change. With workshops, 2 major keynote addresses, and a closing reception with great music and good food. It's the Left Coast Forum, where your voice matters and your ideas take action. Saturday, October 25th at LA Trade Tech. Brought to you by KBLA Talk 1580 and the LA Progressive. The future won't wait, and neither should you. Mark your calendar now to be there and be heard. Stay tuned to KBLA Talk 1580 for more details.
As you know, every Monday and Thursday at the top of the second hour, it's Smiley and West with our friend and brother, Dr. Cornel West. Today is Tuesday. We missed Monday because of Labor Day. Let that ride, Miles. We missed Monday because of Labor Day. So Doc is here today on a Tuesday. And as you also know, he chooses his own walk-on music every Monday and Thursday. No surprise, he's chosen Sonny Rollins, I suspect, because we are going to talk to Sonny Rollins on the backside of this hour in advance of his 95th natal day later this week. And I'm excited about yet another public conversation with the Colossus, the saxophone Colossus, Sonny Rollins. Doc, how are you, sir?
My brother, you know it's a joy just to be in conversation with you, and the very fact that Sonny Rollins, artistic genius, spiritual giant, son of Harlem, and one of the most decent and loving and good human beings you could ever meet, is still with us and going to be on your show for his 95th birthday. Lord have mercy. And you know this song, no Tavis, Tenor Madness, which was recorded May 24, 1956, is the only time Coltrane and Sonny Rollins record together, and they're going back and forth. They're talking with each other.
Turn it up, Miles. Turn it up. Let them talk. Let them talk.
Let them talk. Let them talk. Can we talk? Yes, we can talk.
So, Doc, you and I spent a lot of good time over the years with our friend and brother Wynton Marsalis. Speaking of great jazz artists, and everybody loves and respects, of course, Sonny Rollins. He's the GOAT. But you and I have had any number of conversations with Wynton together. I've had any number of conversations with Skane, as I call him, his nickname Skane. Skane and I talked any number of times over the years about the profession of jazz. And I wonder what you say about the fact that we created this art form. It may very well be America's greatest export, created by black people. But we've exported this jazz tradition around the globe, and yet in real time, we, black folk in particular, seem not to value the art form, to appreciate the art form, to embrace the art form as we once did. And I've listened to Wynton in these conversations so many times just express his own frustration. And I hope I'm not telling too much of our business and our private conversations, but I feel him when he expresses frustration about the fact that as the greatest ambassador jazz has right now in the world, Wynton that is, you look out in these audiences and you don't see enough of us. And so I'm wondering how you read, speaking of Sonny Rollins and Wynton Marsalis, et cetera, and Coltrane, that we as black folks seem in real time not to be embracing this greatest of art forms.
No, it's a powerful question, though, brother. In 1939, another genius named Coleman Hawkins put out his rendition of Body and Soul, brother. A level of intellectual and musical sophistication and subtlety that was unprecedented. You could hear it in every jukebox in Harlem, every jukebox on the south side of Chicago. At that time, jazz was part of the everyday life of black people. It was part of our rituals. It was part of our rites of passage. But what happened was that popular music, rhythm and blues, rock and roll, later on hip-hop, displaced jazz. And yet jazz remained, and for me, as you know, not just America's greatest artistic creation, but the modern world's greatest creation. America's too narrow when it comes to black genius. The U.S. contact is too truncated when it comes to black creativity. There's nothing like jazz in the modern world, and that's why you can hear it in every corner of the globe, every nook and cranny of every culture, because it's truth-telling, it's soul-bearing, and touching people's lives at a deepest level. And yet you're absolutely right. As the black everyday culture developed, jazz became more and more pushed to the margins, even though, I mean, you know, good God Almighty, Nas's father is a jazz musician. You know, you got so many hip-hop artists. Look at Rakim himself, comes right out of not just Ruth Brown, his aunt, who's a great rhythm and blues artist, but the jazz sensibility. He's a kind of Coltrane-like figure in his own way. So that you got the connections there. Kendrick Lamar, he understands that, working with Brother Washington, see, on the saxophone. So that it's a continuum. There's so many different streams and strands and tributaries of black music. But it's also, of course, something that's commodified and people making money on it. Most of the people that make the biggest money don't look like us. We got to be honest about that. We're still in the white supremacist society. We're still in the predatory capitalist society. But thank God for Sonny Rollins still here. He represents the height, the apex of not just black culture, but modern culture, not just black people, but of humanity, man. That's who we talking about with Sonny Rollins, brother.
Well, speaking of black genius, I've got two of them in 1 hour. I've got Cornel West.
No,
brother.
I'm a brother off the block.
Yeah.
I'm brother out of Glen Elder Shiloh Baptist Church.
Yeah.
Sonny Rollins, man, he's in a whole league of his own.
Yeah. I repeat, I got two black geniuses in this hour. His protestation notwithstanding. Cornel West kicks us off, and we will be joined by Sonny Rollins, the saxophone colossus, on the backside of this hour. Speaking of black genius, let me tell you, I've been exposed to Dr. West for, 35, 40 years of my life. And I have never, ever ask him this question. When we come forward, I'm going to ask Cornel West a question that I have never asked him. And it builds on something Marcus Anthony Hunter and I were discussing in the first hour. I know Doc is scratching his head. We've talked about everything, Brother Tavis. What possibly could you want to ask me that you have never asked me? And can I get a hint? No, you cannot. I'm going to let this black genius work and put him on the spot. A question that I have never asked Dr. West in all the conversations we've had when we come forward on Tavis Smiley.
Hope, agency, dignity. This is Tavis Smiley.
Can you dig it? Come on!
Do Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keep coming back? Tremfya, guselkumab, may help, with rapid remission achieved at 12 weeks and lasting clinical remission at 1 year. Some even saw visible improvement of their intestinal lining at 12 weeks and 1 year. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Healing is possible with Tremfya. Approximately 3 out of 10 patients were in endoscopic remission at 1 year, based on areas visualized on colonoscopy, which may not represent the deeper bowel layer or entire GI tract. Individual results may vary. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. Cordell & Cordell is the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. That does give us certain advantages, for example, in experience and resources. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. If you're a guy facing divorce, remember, Cordell & Cordell, a partner you can count on.
1455 Frazee, San Diego. CordellCordell.com.
I can't believe how spotless my floors look after using the Swiffer Power Mop. No more dragging around a heavy mop and messy bucket. Now I get the same deep clean without all the work. Thanks to the powerful solution and scrubbing pad of the Swiffer Power Mop, dirt and grime don't stand a chance, and I don't break a sweat. Mic drop. Mop drop.
Swiffer Power Mop. Swiffer Power Mop.
A smarter way to mop. Try it or your money back.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-297-1563 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-297-1563. That's 800-297-1563. What do you have to lose? Call 800-297-1563. Again, 800-297-1563.
Sometimes he fails at fitting in, but we're okay with that. You're inside the Tavis Smiley Show.
You are indeed with Dr. Cornel West. It is Tuesday. I know you're used to hearing him on Monday at the top of the second hour, but we missed Labor Day, so we are doing it on Tuesday at the top of the second hour of this program. So it's interesting that Cornel West becomes the opening act, if you will, for Sonny Rollins. How's that? Cornel West as the opening act for Sonny Rollins, who will be 95 later this week. We'll talk to Sonny Rollins here in just a few minutes. And then in our third hour, another great artist, Dee Bridgewater. What a great show today. Sonny Rollins, Cornel West, Dee Bridgewater, Marcus Anthony Hunter. Lord Jesus, I am blessed to be in this chair in conversation with all these great minds. Sure.
Sister Dee Dee worked with Sonny. You know that.
She sure did. That's exactly. I'm going. Trust me.
Yeah.
I'm going there with
got
Dee Dee in the
You
hour
got
30. Yeah, you got it.
Dad Jones and Lewis and them. Oh yeah, you know. I know you got it.
Oh,
you
no.
always do your homework,
Well,
brother. I love it. I love it.
but
For 35 years.
Yeah, but you can't hang around Cornel West 35 years and not do your homework. So, Doc, one of the things Doc says to his students all the time, and I am a student of Dr. West. I have not been a formal student. I've been a student for 35 years, but not a formal student at any of the institutions at which he has taught. But I've heard him ask this question more times than I can count of all of his students, his former students. I hear it all the time. When he runs into them or they are in a conversation, he will ask them, so what are you reading? What are you reading? I've heard that question more times than I can count. He always wants to know of his students, what are you reading? And it's a beautiful thing. All right, Doc. So here's the question that I said I've never asked you in all the conversations we've had over the years, and I thought about it because you may have heard Marcus and I talking a bit in the first hour about this, about the Little Rock Nine, and how one of the members of the Little Rock Nine had to, subtly, nicely correct the governor, who was going hard on the integration word when it was really about desegregation. And so the governor got checked on the notion of desegregation versus integration. But I thought about that. Of all the conversations we've had over the years, I've never asked you your take on integration. And there have been so many, this is an age-old debate inside of Black America about integration. But it occurred to me, I have never asked you expressly your views about integration and its impact. Talk to me.
Well, one, I've never liked the word.
Exactly.
Because too often it's associated with a process of assimilation where black folk have to give up what we have and go on the vanilla side of town and assimilate ourselves to white gazes and white contexts and white schools and somehow have to fit in and become well adjusted to their injustice. But on the other hand, what was crucial about the movement of integration, I know Brother Martin used the term all the time, was the sharing of power. The sharing of resources.
Mm-hmm.
You see, as long as you had Jim Crow, Jane Crow, you didn't just have the ugly lynching, but you had the massive maldistribution of resources. So for every $5 spent in the white school, black folk got $1, sometimes 75 cents. So we needed an equalization of resources and integration as a movement was one of the ways to do that. I agree with that sharing of power, but I don't agree with this assimilation. I'm glad that Sonny Rollins didn't assimilate to mainstream music. No, he's in conversation with Stravinsky. He's in conversation with Beethoven. And Stravinsky and company in conversation with him and Louis Armstrong and Duke Ellington and Mary Lou Williams and Sarah Vaughan and Billie Holiday. It is a egalitarian and equal relationship, human to human.
Despite your not liking the word, back to this age-old debate, there are those in Black America who believe, some will believe, that integration was perhaps one of the worst things that ever happened to Black America. How would you respond to that notion?
Well, again, it's one of the worst things. It's certainly not associated with sharing of resources.
Right.
To the degree to which we got access to resources, that's a positive thing. That's one of the reasons why the poverty rate did go down. 1939, over 51% of black folk living in utter poverty. Jump 30 years, 40 years after various efforts of integration, we down to 25. Now, it's still a crime against humanity, don't get me wrong. But still, to go from 51 to 25 is very important. On the other hand, our spirits, our minds, our levels of self-respect, our levels of self-regard got unsettled under processes of integration. Because we became so obsessed with looking at ourselves through the white gaze, through white lens. What do white folk think of us? Because we need their approval in order to be successful. We need their support in order to engage in upward mobility. That's spiritually and that is culturally devastating for black people. Sonny Rollins is looking for the approval of who? Charlie Parker. Who? Coleman Hawkins.
Mm-hmm.
Hawkins. You see what I mean? Who? Clifford Brown. That's God, a genius, died at 25 years old. And you got to keep in mind, though, Tavis, that Brother Sonny Rollins, man, he's a colossus at 25 years old. The record that we just heard at Tenor Madness,
Mm-hmm.
Sonny is 25. Coltrane is 29.
Mm.
Coltrane's 4 years young, older than him. Can you imagine that level of artistic excellence at 25? You got to go through levels of discipline, exposed to levels of excellence, and then be disciplined. Practice, 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 practice. Yes, that's what kept black folk going, brother. You the same way in journalism, man. Practice, practice, practice. Each time I call you up at night, you still reading, man. You still reflecting. I say, Tavis, take a break, brother. No, I got to read these books, Doc. I said, you're right, because I'm just finishing my other book.
I know that's right.
You're right.
I could say, ain't that the pot called the kettle black? I was, I texted Dr. West the other night, and I texted him because I figured that he should have been asleep. I texted him. That text was about about 11 o'clock our time. I texted him something that I expected him to read the next day, and he responded immediately. And I was like, Doc, you're supposed to be asleep. He's like, I'm on the last chapter, brother. I'm on the last chapter. Now, I'm in L.A. at 11 o'clock, so you know what time it is in New York City. And he said, I'm on the last chapter. I'm on the last chapter.
My beloved wife, Anna Heaton, told me, go to sleep, honey. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. I said, I'm getting that, Obey. I'm getting that.
I get it. Let me circle back right quick. I'm pushing towards Sonny Rollins, but let me go back to one thing right quick. Speaking of black excellence and black genius, and your distaste of the word integration, when you think of Martin and what Martin's end and aim was, all the speeches, all the organizing, all the work, you think of Dr. King, just talk to me about King and integration as you see that frame.
Yeah, I think Brother Martin Luther King Jr. was shaped by race men. Benjamin Elijah Mays and George Kelsey and Howard Thurman. But as race men, they were also Christians, which meant they embraced the humanity of others, but from the vantage point of the chocolate side of town. And therefore, for him, it was about black dignity. It's about black honor. It's about black people flourishing and flowering, you see. Now, that kind of sounds like a black nationalist, because black nationalism is about self-respect, self-determination, and black self-defense. And Martin saying, those are my themes, too. I'm not going to leave that just for the Garveyites. No. Yeah. We understand black self-respect, black self-determination, black self-defense, black dignity is crucial. But Martin himself also had that Christian twist that led him to always accent the humanity of others as much as the humanity of black folk. But, of course, he, for the most part, died for us. So, I mean, in the end, we still had priority, you know.
No, I hear you, Doc, and I'm only pausing because I'm trying to see if I can work this out right quick. Miles, you got me? I think I got just about 4 minutes left with Dr. West, but I think we have the saxophone colossus coming on the line right quick. And if we do, he's checking in early. And if we do have him, I'm gonna get a chance to let Doc say hello to Sonny Rollins. Before I do that, though, give me that track, Miles. I want we got to do a proper lead in here. There you go. Give me a proper lead in to Sonny Rollins, and let's see if we can't get him on the phone right quick, so Dr. West can say hello to Sonny Rollins. But let's just listen to some Sonny Rollins for a second here first. It is my great honor to welcome to this program one more again, the saxophone colossus. I have been honored, as I said earlier, so many times over the course of my broadcast career to be in conversation with my friend and my brother, Sonny Rollins, who will celebrate his 95th natal day later this week. And so I'm just excited to be in conversation with him for the rest of the hour. But before I lose Dr. West, I'm going to let Dr. West say hello to Sonny Rollins. Sonny Rollins, how are you, sir?
I'm doing very well, especially now talking to you.
That is so kind, man. It's a blessing to hear your voice. So, Sonny, I'm wrapping a conversation with Dr. Cornel West, and he and I have been talking about you for the last half hour. I'm going to lose him in about 3 minutes, but I can cross these lines and let Dr. West say hello to you. Dr. West, you on the line with Sonny Rollins.
Lord, 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 what a blessing, what a joy. When I grow up, I want to be like you, Sonny Rollins.
Yes.
I want to be as loving and decent. I want to be as disciplined. I want to be as grounded in the tradition. I want to be able to put smiles on Clifford Brown's face and Monk's face and Mrs. Love, your elementary school teacher, and Uncle Hubert, your uncle. I want to be like Sonny Rollins. I want to be like Sonny Rollins. Yes, I can't be the artistic genius. I can't be the spiritual giant. I can't be the son of Harlem. I'm from Glen Elder, but I can still be like Sonny Rollins, and I'm trying every day. I love you, my brother. I love you, my brother.
Yes, oh, man. Thank you very much. It's a beautiful thing you said about me. I'll try to always live up to it.
I hear the emotion in his voice. I hear the emotion in Sonny Rollins' voice. Sonny Rollins, how have you been? It's been so long since we've talked. How have you been, for starters, sir?
Yeah, I've been trying to keep my mind together so I'll know how to survive every day as we always do and to make it. But it's a constant thought process. What should I do? Is this correct? Is that correct? And I've been trying to live like that. You know, sometimes I get there, sometimes I have to go back, get it again. But I've been watching you, Dr. West, and very happy every time I hear your name mentioned on the planet, okay? Always, man, always brings me joy and hope that I can get my stuff together like Dr. West.
So, Doc, it don't come no better than that, man. That's Sonny Rollins shouting you out.
Lord, it doesn't get better than that. I'm telling you. Now, Sonny's starting to put a smile on Jesus' face at this point. I said, Lord, have mercy. I love it. I love it.
I am so glad that I had just a couple minutes here to connect Dr. West and Sonny Rollins. Dr. West, I'm out of time. I got about 20 seconds. You can say goodbye to Sonny Rollins. I got to push forward, and you got to move on.
I just want to wish him happy birthday for 95 years young. You have enriched my life and the world. And we want you to know it in the language of John Coltrane, you are a great force for good.
Oh, man. Well, knowing that comes from these great people you're mentioning and from yourself, you're doing the work, and I appreciate that.
You are doing the work. You are doing the work, and I appreciate it, says Sonny Rollins about Cornel West. We should all want anyone of Sonny Rollins' stature to say to us, we are doing the work. I thank Dr. West, and I look forward to more of this conversation with Sonny Rollins when we come forward on Tavis Smiley.
What's your quarrel with the world? You're listening to Tavis Smiley.
I'm Bree would with BIN News Now. Thousands marched across LA for Labor Day demanding stronger worker protections and slamming President Trump for weakening unions.
I wanted to be out here to send a message that the working class deserve to be respected.
The White House responded saying the president is, quote, finally putting American workers first. Black residents of St. Louis are demanding justice after the U.S. Army admitted to secretly spraying toxic zinc cadmium sulfide in their neighborhood during the 1950s. Black Representative Wesley Bell is backing calls for compensation as survivors link the exposure to long-term health issues. And Meek Mill says he's building an AI tool that can change the world. The rapper teased a project on X but hasn't shared details yet. Fans are curious and some skeptical as Meek expands his reach beyond music. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
You deserve a car that thrills you. A car that puts goosebumps on your goosebumps. At Nissan, they've got everything from turbocharged SUVs to 100% electric vehicles that'll make your heart beat faster. Experience the thrill for yourself. Shop your local Nissan store and NissanUSA.com today.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
Naomi Osaka is playing like a Grand Slam tennis champion again. Osaka, the number 23 seed at the U.S. Open, eliminated Coco Gauff, the number 3 seed. Osaka needed only 64 minutes to beat Gauff 6-3 and 6-2. Gauff had 33 unforced errors. Osaka, a 4-time Grand Slam champion, is in the quarterfinals of a Grand Slam event for the first time in 4.5 years. She faces Carolina Muchova of Czechia on Wednesday. Venus Williams advanced to the quarterfinals of the doubles competition at the U.S. Open. The 45-year-old Venus and Leylah Fernandez beat Ekaterina Alexandrova and Zhang Shuai 6-3 and 6-4. Venus and the 22-year-old Fernandez had never played together before this year's U.S. Open. They will play in the quarterfinals today against Taylor Townsend and Katerina Siniakova. You can catch today's doubles match live on ESPN at 1 p.m. Pacific time. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson. More news, opinions, and conversation when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580.
Paid for by government.com. Did you know? The United States Mint has issued a new Morgan silver dollar coin in proof condition for the first time. Not only that, they are also minted in 99.9% pure silver for the first time ever in history. Coin experts are calling this an amazing opportunity for anyone that knows the enduring popularity of Morgans. But you must hurry. Only 400,000 of these legal tender silver dollars were issued. These first ever Morgan silver dollars are brand new with stunning mirror-like finish, minted by the iconic San Francisco Mint. Call now and you're guaranteed a new first ever 99.9% pure silver proof Morgan dollar. To learn more, call 1-800-973-9717. If you order now, you will receive a free coin collector bonus pack, a $25 value, free with every order. Call 1-800-973-9717 now to secure your new Morgan silver dollars before they are gone. That's 1-800-973-9717.
Do Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keep coming back? Tremfya colitis symptoms keep coming back? Tremfya guselkumab may help, with rapid remission achieved at 12 weeks and lasting clinical remission at 1 year. Some even saw visible improvement of their intestinal lining at 12 weeks and 1 year. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Healing is possible with Tremfya. Approximately 3 out of 10 patients were in endoscopic remission at 1 year, based on areas visualized on colonoscopy, which may not represent the deeper bowel layer or entire GI tract. Individual results may vary. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
Freedom is an endless meeting, so let's get back to it with Tavis Smiley.
It is my great honor to have on this program Sonny Rollins as we celebrate what will be his 95th natal day later this week, specifically September the 7th. As I've mentioned already, I am always humbled and honored to be in conversation with Sonny Rollins. I've had the honor of doing this a number of times over the course of my career on television and radio. And here we are one more again in a public conversation with the saxophone colossus, Sonny Rollins. So, Sonny, let me, first of all, happy early birthday. You got any special plans for your 95th birthday this week?
Well, my special plans really is just to keep trying to learn.
Yeah.
And get it right, what all this thing is about. And by the way, I want to thank Mr. Tavis Smiley for giving me great opportunity. I wish you were here in the East, man.
Yeah, I know.
But I know you're not, so I have to enjoy you. I got to wait till my 95th birthday to hear your voice and enjoy you. And I want to thank you for all the things you've learned to me and a lot of my friends and brothers. So, yeah, man, keep it going, man.
No.
And thank you.
No, you got to thank me. I thank you for the chance to talk to you one more time. But I appreciate those kind words. I want to make the most of I want to make the most of the few minutes that we have left here. Let me do this. It has now been over a decade since you actually stopped playing. How have you navigated these 10 years plus not being able to play your instrument every day?
Well, it's difficult, but I have recently gotten an inspiration to try to play again. And I've actually tried to pick up my horn. But you know what? My horn was so heavy, I could hardly lift it up. So I got away from it, but I had to. But I'm thinking the right things, and I'm listening to all the good people that inspired me and that inspire me today. And I hope to make some kind of a musical return at some time in the future.
I love that. Just the thought of you making a musical return excites me and sort of turns me on. Do you spend a lot of time listening to music these days?
I don't listen to a lot of music, but I also don't watch TV. I haven't watched TV maybe 20 years or more.
Yeah.
But what I do is I read. I have a lot of reading to do, a lot of things to learn, and I'm very fortunate to have some very good people around me that watch out for me.
Yeah.
Every 12 hours I have a new shift of very nice ladies that come by and take care of me. So I'm actually doing very well, but I want to do better, man.
What is that? What is that drive about? Every time I've spoken to you, publicly or privately, I have never once been engaged in conversation with you where you were not talking about being better, where you were not talking about learning more. You've always been that way. What does that come from? This love of learning and always trying, wanting, striving to be better, even at almost 95, Sonny. From whence does that come? What's that about?
Well, I think in my life I have not had a perfect life, so I've made a lot of stupid mistakes during my life, and I realize, hey, I'm not going to do that no more. I'm not going to be ignorant anymore. So that's still in my mind. I'm still not altogether there, but I do have that thing of trying. I've seen some beautiful human beings in my life that have helped me in that. By the way, you are one of the people that has inspired me when I first started watching you on TV some time ago. And but you is okay. But a lot of the stupidness on TV, I've learned to stay away from that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's helped me. But, I don't want to tell people, oh, don't look at TV or don't do this. No, you have to learn your life, what life is all about. And I want to thank you, Brother Tavis Smiley, for helping me go through life. And I heard your mother's some time ago, and she just made a short speech about life and living and things of that sort, and it really touched me.
Oh, wow.
I said, wow, she's there.
No,
she's talking.
No, she's there. She's not quite 95. She just turned 80, Sonny. She turned 80 a couple weeks ago. And so I was able to go home and celebrate her 80th birthday with her. But I appreciate you for saying those kind words about my mother. Since you mentioned that we are learning, you are still learning what life is all about. Just give me some of what you've learned. You're almost 95. You will be in a few days. Just give me a sense of some of the things you've learned in these almost 95 years of living, Sonny.
Well, it's very difficult to pinpoint anything, but every day I might say something that I regret the next day and try to rectify with whoever is involved, because I don't want to hurt anybody through ignorance, my ignorance. So there's so much that I try to be as good a person as I can be. And that means caring for other people as much as myself. It's not about myself anymore. I realize that. It's about the big picture. And that's where you and everybody else comes in. The big picture.
Yeah.
So I learn something every day, big or little, something that I said, wow, let me correct that in the future.
If every person listening to me right now, and if every human being had the same modus operandi as Sonny Rollins, to not hurt anybody through our ignorance, what a different world this would be. That phrase just jumped out at me, that he doesn't want to hurt anybody through his ignorance. Again, if we all adopted that framework for the lives that we are living and the legacies we're leaving, what a different world this would be. Now you see why I'm always so honored to be in conversation with the saxophone colossus, Sonny Rollins. I learn from him every single time we talk. He mentioned that he's doing a lot of reading these days. When we come forward, I want to ask Sonny the kind of stuff he's reading. You heard me say earlier in our conversation with Cornel West, he always asks his students, what are you reading? What are you reading? I'm curious as to what Sonny Rollins is reading. We'll talk about that part when we come forward on Tavis Smiley.
Interrogating and unpacking. That's what we do around here. You're listening to Tavis Smiley.
We asked seniors how to prevent Medicare scams.
My best advice, if you get a phone call, do not talk to the person. These people are well trained. Don't talk to them.
They don't know me. They're just trying to scam me.
Don't be fooled. Hang up. Just hang up.
Never give out your Medicare number.
They're going to get your number to put in a false claim.
If I get a call from someone, I don't pick up the phone. And should I pick up the phone and they ask for information, then I hang up.
How do you detect Medicare fraud?
Just like I check my credit card statements, I check my Medicare statements monthly.
Scammers can get a hold of your number, order medical devices through your account, and you're not even going to know about it if you don't look at your statement.
Check your statement every month. If you get your statement and you see something that you know you did not have done, you report it.
call your senior Medicare Patrol.
To report Medicare fraud, call the Senior Medicare Patrol at 855-613-7080.
With a KBLA Talk 1580 editorial, I'm Dr. Nicolai Corte. Let's preserve black land stories before they're lost forever. I want to personally invite you to be a part of something historic. As journalist in residence for the Black Land Lost Narrative Archive Project, I've joined forces with powerhouse attorney and social justice champion George Fothery, the man who helped make history by delivering justice to the Bruce family in Manhattan Beach, securing the first known return of land unjustly taken from black owners by a local government. That victory was monumental, but it was just the beginning. For generations, black families have acquired land through grit, faith, and determination, only to lose it through violence, legal loopholes, forced sales, and systematic racism. What's been taken goes far beyond dirt and deeds. It's the erasure of wealth, identity, and legacy. That's why we've launched the Black Land Lost Narrative Archive Project, a national effort to collect, protect, and preserve the stories of black land lost before they're buried, forgotten, or erased altogether. Because there's power in telling black stories, there is resistance in remembering, and there's justice in being seen and heard. This is where you come in. We're inviting you to be a part of this historic black narrative archive. If you or someone you know has experienced land loss, displacement, or forced property sales, your story deserves to be heard and remembered. Your story belongs in this archive. Your truth matters not just to your family, but to our collective future. Visit blacklandlost.org today. Fill out our simple intake form and add your voice to the National Archive of Remembrance, Resilience, and Reckoning. Let's make these stories live on, not in whispers, but on the record. With a KBLA Talk 1580 editorial, I'm Dr. Nicolai Corte, and as always, we welcome your feedback.
Sometimes he fails at fitting in, but we're okay with that. You're inside the Tavis Smiley Show.
Just the smooth sound of Sonny Rollins. God Bless the Child. That's on the Bridge album, 1962. I love that album, The Bridge, and I love his version of God Bless the Child. We are honored to be in conversation for a few more moments here with Sonny Rollins, the saxophone colossus who turns 95 this week, and what a joy for me to celebrate his 95th natal day. Sonny was telling me earlier in this conversation, in case you've just tuned in, he was telling me earlier he's doing a lot of reading these days. Sonny, you've always been a voracious reader as long as I've known you, and you're still reading. At 95, you're still learning, you're still reading, huh?
Oh, yes, still reading. And as a matter of fact, if you don't mind me saying so, I just heard a commercial, I guess you would say, on your show about the black experience and things of that sort. And I really said, gee, I got to get Tavis to send me this book, or these books. I think they're series of books. Hey, man, it's so much that black people need to hear.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we need to. It's not enough of us understanding what we're doing here, what we have to do here. So God bless, my brother.
No. Sonny, how did you develop We've talked in prior conversations about how you developed the love of music. How did you develop this love of reading?
Well, just going through life and seeing what people of various colors, if I could put it that way, have put on me just because of my color.
Mm-hmm.
So hey man, I'm not going to accept that. But the way to get back is by learning myself. And I love learning about Africa and things that we did in Africa and how we established so much intelligence, more than anybody ever set foot in Africa who was black. We were doing it. We were doing it. We were making up these things, explaining how life goes. And that's what we black people have to remember and know. That's us. That's us that's in doing it and are doing it.
Yeah. That's a powerful lesson, and one that we should never forget. And we thank God for Sonny Rollins reminding us that we are doing it and have always been doing it and have taught others how to do it. I love me some Sonny Rollins. Our remaining moments with Sonny Rollins, celebrating his 95th birthday later this week when we come forward on Tavis Smiley.
For all the freedom-loving folk, this is Tavis Smiley.
I feel like freedom.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 reminds you, when we fight, we win. The Youth Justice Coalition is challenging America's addiction to incarceration and discrimination. YJC works to dismantle policies leading to mass incarceration, law enforcement violence, and the school-to-prison pipeline. Their approach, transformative justice, community intervention, free LA high school, legal defense, and system monitoring. YJC promotes safety without relying on prisons. Their goal, prevent system contact and help people exit the system through direct action, advocacy, and education. Want to get involved or need help? Call 323-235-4243. That's 323-235-4243. Join YJC in creating change. When we fight, we win. KBLA Talk 1580, your voice for justice. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
If you're like me, 60 and retired, making ends meet, especially here at the supermarket and drugstore, is tough. I'm so blessed to have found benefitscheckup.org. It's a free and confidential website from the National Council on Aging that connected me to $1,200 a year in programs that help pay for food, medicine, utilities, and more. Maybe it can help you. benefitscheckup.org.
You know where you want to go in life, and City National Bank can help. City National knows the dedication it takes to build your vision for the future into a reality, and our team is here for you. We have a wide range of options to help, from personal savings accounts to interest-bearing money market savings accounts and more, all designed to help you get where you want to go. City National, here for every stage of the journey. Learn more at cnb.com. City National Bank is a subsidiary of Royal Bank of Canada, member FDIC.
Are you ready to be a part of the conversation that will help shape our nation's future? Get ready to join us for the Left Coast Forum, Saturday, October 25th at LA Trade Tech, where progressive voices will come together to tackle the issues that matter most to working families across Los Angeles and beyond. From economic justice to climate action, from healthcare to housing, we're bringing together the brightest minds and most passionate advocates for real solutions and real change. With workshops, 2 major keynote addresses, and a closing reception with great music and good food. It's the Left Coast Forum, where your voice matters and your ideas take action. Saturday, October 25th at LA Trade Tech. Brought to you by KBLA Talk 1580 and the LA Progressive. The future won't wait, and neither should you. Mark your calendar now to be there and be heard. Stay tuned to KBLA Talk 1580 for more details.
And the top-rated African-American talk show host in the nation, according to Talkers Magazine. You're tapped in with Tavis Smiley right now.
August, the last time I saw Paris, from the saxophone colossus, Sonny Rollins, who I've been honored to have been in conversation with for the better part of this half hour. Always thrilled to just be in dialogue with him, particularly today as we push toward his 95th birthday. Later this week, it's just a joy unspeakable to be in conversation one more again with my friend and brother, Sonny Rollins. Sonny, I asked earlier what your plans were for your big birthday later this week, and we talked about that. But I was reading last night, just reading a lot in preparation for our conversation. Always trying to learn and download more about the grand legacy of Sonny Rollins. He's done so much stuff that I find myself constantly reading, learning more and more about his contributions. But I was reading a quote from you last night, Sonny, in an interview you did years ago where you said, "I am part of the universal spirit. I am part of the universal spirit." At 95, what does that mean?
Well, it means that I'm proud to be black. Well, I'm proud. I'm proud of it. What have we done in this messed up world that we're living in? We talking about that all the time. Messed up, but not because of black people. We have said what should be done. And it's so wonderful to listen to your show, your wisdom, and also the wonderful advertisements that you have. Man, I wish you'd bring this show out here to the east.
No, I got to talk to your people, Sonny, and make sure they download our app so you can listen on a more regular basis. Because I am thrilled at how much you enjoy listening, and I am confident that if you could hear it more often, you might be empowered by it. Sonny Rollins, I am out of time. I could talk to you for hours, but I am always, always, always grateful for yet another opportunity to have yet another public conversation with you. I've got a whole a studio full of tapes of our conversations down through the years, and I will add this to that list. Thank you for always honoring me when I call and ask you to come on this program. Thank you for letting us celebrate you and your 95th birthday later this week on this program. Sonny Rollins, I love you, and there ain't nothing you can do about it. I just love you.
Thank you, my brother.
Stay strong. Sonny Rollins, 95 years old, later this week, September 7th, to be exact. But we got him on today because that's the day that worked on his schedule. And so I suspect we'll probably reprise this conversation somewhere later in the week. But for now, happy birthday. Happy early birthday to Sonny Rollins. More of Tavis Smiley when we come forward.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. Thousands marched across LA for Labor Day demanding stronger worker protections and slamming President Trump for weakening unions.
I wanted to be out here to send a message that the working class deserve to be respected.
The White House responded saying the president is, quote, finally putting American workers first. Black residents of St. Louis are demanding justice after the U.S. Army admitted to secretly spraying toxic zinc